guys, this is Annette with Annette's Astrology Corner, and this is your energetic reading for Saturday, January 16th. Now for you, at around 10 p.m., we're going to go from extreme masculine energy into Taurian energy, which is more of a feminine-based energy because it's ruled by Saturn. Ear itching, really? Goes from my nose to my ear. Anyhow. So when we have this energy shift, there is a time that I think some of us feel a little off in ourselves, right? As the moon switches, our emotional motivation switches into this feminine energy. So what I think we do is instead of externally projecting where we're losing power and then trying to take people's power, or we're having a hard time distributing power, we actually are starting to take out this energy on ourselves as we try to balance out this feminine and masculine energy that we're feeling in today. So the Pluto in Capricorn starts to move away from the sun today. I think that's important to acknowledge. As this conjunction ends, the emphasis on what we're putting a spotlight on starts to shift. Right? And I think what it starts to shift on is from foundation, power, control, goals. It starts to shift onto where we have and distribute our power internally, especially in areas where we're talking about our emotional momentum, how we stimulate ourselves, how we find balance between masculine and feminine energy. So today, as the sun moves away from this conjunction in Pluto, we start to take a look at our past-based goals, where we may have lost power, where we may have lost the momentum, to stabilize ourselves, to find balance within ourselves. As we put a spotlight on what we desire, and we get all goal-oriented, and we get all ego-oriented, and we want to get what we desire at all costs sometimes, we actually play with energies. I find that the way that we play with energy is interesting as human beings psychologically. So often, some of us will be in a relationship, let's say. Let's use the relationship as spectrum because all of us have been through it, the dynamic. We go through a relationship. Perhaps this is an abusive relationship. Then we swing all the way to the other side, and then we get in a relationship that's not, emotionally fulfilling whatsoever, but this person is submissive and they'll never hurt us. And then we start to take advantage, and we start to find a way to distribute our power and control over this person because somebody took away our power in this relationship. So what we do is we seek a relationship that we can take away their power. And we go through that dance for a little while, and then we decide we don't like that either, and then we find a way to meet in the middle, and then that's where we find that healthy relationship. And these two relationships were karmic, but this relationship is actually the destined goal-oriented relationship that we were always seeking originally. So I think for some of us, that's where we're at. Okay, so we've analyzed this goal. We've took a look at it. And it was a past-based goal. It was something that we desired. It was something that was connected a lot with our ego. Perhaps some of you, it was some sort of karmic goal that we didn't know at the time was related to karma, but now that we do, and we're releasing ourselves from the karmic debt, and we're releasing ourselves from that wound, we're flushing ourselves from that wound, and we're starting a new beginning, and we're creating new desires based on some sort of lesson learned, karmic outcome, way that goal did not go right, so that we can, move forward and create a new outcome. As we're doing that, we're finding that balance between the masculine energy and the feminine. Masculine energy is action-oriented, goal-oriented energy, ego-oriented energy. It is the energy that makes us persevere. It makes us fight for what we want. It makes us storm the hill and be confident. And it really honestly creates the the actual personal power and the momentum to create outcomes for ourselves. So we have this big lesson going on right now. And this lesson has been very deliberate for a reason. It was a place where we actually were not imbalanced in a goal or a personal power struggle that we were having. And so now the energy is starting to sway away from this big area in the chart, and as the planet of power and the sun start to move away from each other, there is a release. There is as the energies start to move away, there is the ability to take in the feminine energy in this energy and to look at a way to nurture yourself after realization. It is the way that we nurture others as they have their realizations. Perhaps we didn't, but let's help them through their karmic lessons. We're going to stabilize their energy through showing tons of compassion for what they just went through and the loss that they went through and the change in their personal structure that they went through. And we have maybe some gifts as we are attracting relationships in our lives that are expanding our potential. There's wisdom, old wisdom to be found in some of these new relationships, old souls, even if they're young, that have this wisdom to give us to expand our potential, create new goals and outcomes. This is beautiful energy if looked at correct. Now, for some of us, this is anxiety. This is kind of feeling off kind of energy. So positive today. Earth energy may leave you feeling very focused on a goal that you want to attain. This is earth-based energy. Anytime that you get earth-based energy, this is stabilizing your outcome. And I want to say that this is your internal outcome. You know, this is stabilizing. Okay, I just had all this. I had a big ego-oriented day, and now I need to balance that with an earth-oriented day where I'm just concentrating on the basic structure. Sorry, let me extend my leg. Sorry, I had to do it. And where we have to just stabilize our outcomes in a really positive perspective. We did have a lot of energy in cardinal energy, and that energy is wanting us to initiate action, but this energy is wanting us to initiate action, but at a much slower pace. You're going to think things through. You're going to anticipate. You know, the energy is stabilizing. It's not so extreme, and that is definitely where you want to be in energy. God, I just can't seem to get comfortable right now. Sorry about that. So, all your senses need to be realigned. You know, hypersensitivity is very probable in this energy. So we need to find a way to stabilize our energy. Meditation videos, relaxing music, perhaps any sort of music that, you know, sets off that creative part of your brain, which is a completely different way that you interpret your environment and what you focus on in your environment. So we had a lot of stimulating energy and creating action, but now we need to stabilize that energy to on a different part of the brain that is more peaceful and creative and expressive. So we need to talk all this stuff through. We just went through kind of a big energy rush. So this is energy we need to work through. And as we work through it, it's going to expand some of our thinking and that energy. So this is something that I think is going to be very future-based for you. As we go through trials and tribulations, and as we expand, and as we have these times of extremes in energy, we're going to feel the energy push us in the wrong direction. How do we create energy to get it back here? How do we maintain balance, both mentally, physically, and how do we find a way to find some mental peace after something like this? It's very important that we develop some rituals and some routines moving forward that can create positive outcomes in this type of energy. Negative vibration in this energy is that you may feel hypersensitive to this energy today. It's all goal-oriented energy, and it may make you feel impatient in attaining a goal, with all of this Uranian energy, as you're releasing yourself and tuning into the feminine energy, releasing yourself from ego-oriented energy and looking at it in a Taurian way, it's just such different energy. Taurian energy is considerate, is loving, is sensitive, is all your senses, it's intuitive. It's very deep energy. I'm not saying that it's still not goal-oriented energy, because it is, but it's more deliberate. You're thinking things through. It's not about immediate needs right now, survival. It's not about charging. It's about reassessing. What do I need to take from what I just experienced? What value? How did that change what I value? How did that change my goals for the future? It's reassessing energy, and it's very beautiful that it's coming straight after an extreme moment. It's a gorgeous day. It's a day where the energy is going to be difficult for some of you that are resisting the feminine energy, or maybe some of you that are overwhelmed with the masculine energy. I think some of you are going to be having that, I just need to chill out. I need to be lovey. I need to fill my senses with feminine energy. That's actually really positive. You want to know how to elevate your energy and get the most out of the energy that's coming in these next few days. Elevate your energy and start to attach a little bit more energy to feminine energy. And so, I know this sounds crazy, but a long walk, listening to nature sounds, listening to some very, just like not energy that just, it's not all masculine, do, hard, kind of, don't listen to that kind of energy. I want you to listen to energy that, it's more instrumental. It doesn't have a lot of, immediate pleasure-seeking type energy to it, because then you can fall into the Taurian energy that wants to pleasure-seek, and then that's a whole nother mess. Anyhow, guys, thank you so much for watching Annette's Astrology Corner, and I look forward to talking to you guys again tomorrow.